I thought it'd be kind of cool to hunt the mountains of Alberta, Canada for giant muley, and well, that's exactly what we did. He's not quite as big as what I'd typically go for, but it is pretty cool to be able to see a nice muley buck trotting through the middle of this snow map here. And the fact that there's only one makes me think that there should be another big one somewhere nearby. Alright, so he's out there at 200 yards. Let's see if we can't get a shot. I'm kind of thinking he might be going down here to get a drink, but he also might not be. It's one of those things where you just don't know. I was honestly thinking that there's probably not going to be any muley here, and then all of a sudden we saw this guy. And now he's trotting out there. He seems to be going towards the lake. I'm not exactly sure where he could have gone, but I do know that there's a really good vantage point over there. So if we can get to the top of this hill, we should be able to look down there and potentially find this buck. I mean, he really shouldn't be too much further over this next ridge. Also, we got a bunch of tracks from some Manitoban elk, which is awesome. And there's his track right there. It looks like he went out across this wide open trail, going right down. Whoa, hold up. He turned. Oh, that should be him. All right, well, we kicked him up. We're about to find out if he's down there, if he's by himself, if he's joined with another big buck, or what the heck is going on in 1 second. And there. Oh, that's cool. There's another one. That's not the same buck. That's him. But there's another one there too. Oh, awesome. Oh, right behind him. I didn't really want to take a shot to potentially spook these other bucks over here. Rather, I'd like to be able to at least locate a couple of zones first and then potentially go after this buck. But this deer, there we go, we got one. And then this deer should be coming in down here as well. Alright, but for the time being, this buck trotted off through somewhere up in here. And we may not see him again. At least not just yet. Unless we go and take a little shortcut. That just might help. It worked! It worked! Where is he? There he goes! Oh! He cut back on me. Don't worry. We got a nice opening here and a really, really good vantage point. There he goes! About 250 out there. He keeps cutting back on me. We need a broadside shot. That's what's gonna happen if we don't get a broadside shot. So dumb. All he had to do is keep going straight and we would have had a shot. Instead, nope. He turns and goes straight away from us. Oh well, he might go down, he might not go down, but either way, at least we know where the mule deer are at. All right, we just got down here to this frozen lake and I see a doe right there. There's another one there. I thought I saw, ooh, there's a buck. I'm not sure if that's the same buck that we saw from before or not, but he's not really big enough to really worry about too much. However, there are a ton of deer coming through here. These are all does. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 does here. And then there's a couple of bucks. Bear tracks. Grouse. Oh, come on. Imagine. Oh my freaking god! You gotta be kidding me, dude. Just smoked him in the air with a bow. It was a good 35, 40 yard shot too. Wow. Missed him on the ground and then smoked him in the air. Oh, What did we get? That's a sweet looking grouse. Holy, 135. He weighed 3 pounds and it was a 48-yard flying shot with a bow. Kind of an epic shot. Got him right in the bottom of the wing bone there and looks like it exited somewhere near the neck. But yeah, that is one super cool looking bird. Holy. You know, it's kind of cool like that when stuff just works out. It really is. Because we wanted to take him on the ground, but then he decided to stop. As I was holding a lead on him, ooh, there's some tracks I was looking for. Some more muley tracks. I think this should be from a separate herd. Okay, yeah, because these are the same bear tracks that we saw before. And the same Manitoban elk. Is that seriously the only buck out here, though? Like, there's no way there's not another buck here. Not that I can see. Well, in that case, let's see if we can't get kind of a perfect shot on this buck. Just a little more. That should work. That right there should, in fact, work. Oh, we gotta ease up on shooting here. Only 13 bullets left. And we don't need another shot because that buck is for surely hitting the lungs. Moose? By golly, there's actually a bull moose track out here. Never would have expected that. There's our buck. Right there. Ooh, we may run into some wolves out here as well. Hold on a second. There is a... Okay, that's our buck. Yeah, it's the same track. Oh, woodland caribou. Yes! Alright. These things are extremely tough to find. Extremely tough to find. So, of course, I figured we'd jump them up and maybe get lucky enough to spot them. But typically what they do is they run right through the thicket and you never see them again. So... sometimes that happens. Or this happens. Ooh, there's a good one. There is a real good one. Got 2 hits into him and I don't think it's going to be good enough to take him down. And here's our buck. We connected on a 180-yard shot there. It was a 203, so not the biggest of muley, but definitely another buck. Oh, what do we got here now? Oh, some nice Manitoban bulls over here. And I'm pretty sure I see a caribou. Yep. There's one right there. Okay, we're gonna go for about a 160 here on this one. Wait till it steps broadside and perfect. Should have smoked it. Yeah, it looks like we did. It's about to go down, but it's still running pretty hard. Oh yeah, he's gonna pile up right there, and man was that thing tiny. The good thing is we got our other bull as well, so we should be able to track him down. The bad thing is we only have 10 bullets left. Alright, of course we smoked the tiny one. Super small. Got a shoulder blade shot there at 150. Another dusky grouse calling over there. But I do believe this one should go down as well. Well, according to the honey pressure, it for surely did go down. Now it's just a matter of trying to find it. Because there's still the same amount of blood. There's blood there. But barely any blood. Non-vital hit. Okay, so at least one of the shots hit something. The thing is, there's a lot of spots like this where you can go between 20 to 30 yards without seeing even a speck of blood. But the reality is, these dots right here, every one of these little tiny dots should be blood. That's what it should look like, ideally. And you could even go as far as having blood go on both sides of the trail. That'd be even more cool. But for surely, you're not going to sit here and try and look for blood that much in the snow. It just, you wouldn't have to do that. Alright, where is our caribou? Right there. Right there. Found it. He's a good bull. A real good bull. In fact, he should be gold potential. Probably around 315. 308, and we need 311, so luckily he wasn't big enough to be a gold, but our shot was far back. And the second shot was even worse at 216. Now, you would think there should be some muley here, so we're gonna check. Of course, the one time I stop recording and all of a sudden I come upon a whole herd of caribou, including a beautiful bull way off in the distance here. Which actually, there was so many caribou that I lost track of where our big bull went. He was over here and then, yeah, that's pretty much where he went. Right over here. All right, something was here. And it looks like muley. That's because it was. Oh, there's a lot of muley. A very nice herd of them. A couple of decent ones out in the front, but nothing monstrous. I would like to know how many bucks were here. 9 of them. Ooh, there's one there. Another one there. Couple more. So we got a couple back there, and then we got some that went over this way. Where have we seen this before? Where? Where? Oh! Right there! Oh, there's no way. Way too many wolves. And gut shot him. There's a good shot. Perfect shot. Perfect shot. Oh, he got me. Oh. Oh, accidentally hit that one. But somehow it connected. Oh. Alright. I need the med kit really bad. Really bad. Oh, just in time. So the reason we're using the bow is because I don't want to spook all the mule deer. Oh, I thought that was a 9. I was like, I hope that's not a 9. My god, these wolves are so aggressive. They freaking come at you, just headshot that thing. Oh. That's not what I wanted. Ah. Alright, good, run away. Run away, all I care. Couple of big 7s. I know we hit 1 7 in the head. See, to me, this is going to be awesome, where we can find an opening like this and look way up into the hills and spot just a huge muley walking through, or even a big whitetail. All right, here we go. It's going to be a 5. But how did that wolf go down so fast with an intestine hit? Kind of wild. There's a big gold, big level 7, 37.6. Oh, beautiful buck. Beautiful buck. Oh my god, giant muley right there. Holy. All right, we're getting low. Ooh, that's a good buck too. That's a really good buck. Oh, there he is. 150 yards out. All right, we're gonna get ready for a shot. Wow, what a buck. Smoke that one. Waiting for a shot on this one. Slow down. Come on. Oh my god. He does not want to slow down. Okay, he calmed down. Oh, I think we smoked him. That's not him. Yes, we did. That's what I'm talking about. Big buck is going down. Woo. All right, where's the other buck now? Holy, that was a tough shot. He was seconds from being gone. Oh, is that the other one? I think that's him. That's him. 260 out. 260 out. Watch him. He's trotting up the hill. Oh, that was money. Yes. Man, that was so cool. See, this right here is what I'm super excited about. Going through the tops of these mountaintops here and finding these valleys, these snow-capped valleys like this, and all of a sudden a whole herd of muley come trotting through. Wow, that was cool. Took down an absolute beast of a buck in the beginning there. And the second one is not half bad either. He's a pretty wide 230 buck. But the first one is a huge 250, 260s. Absolutely massive, massive muley. Man, that was cool. Oh, that's so awesome. Look at this. Look at this trail. Incredible. What's not so awesome is the fact that I'm not seeing either one of these bucks, but yeah, that's where he was headed, this way. Look at this. Oh man. There's our buck. There's our second buck. I think. Yeah, that's got to be our second buck. So if he piled up there, then our big one should be piled up right over here. Let me just mark that and then we'll find out for sure what buck this was. But that right there is what it's all about. Being able to track down a buck. We literally didn't use the tracks at all. And then we found him right here in the snow. Oh, what a sight. Man, that's awesome. Okay, we'll go with that. It's gonna be a 218. I figured 220, but almost a 220. Liver stomach shot at 287 yards on the walk. Wow, not bad. One thing I do have to start remembering though is the fact that this rifle drops a little bit, a lot more than the other rifle does. However, that's an awesome buck, really cool, super widespread, awesome rack, and just a great buck. Boy, even with the snow, it's tough to find them. Until we get an update to where it bleeds more than it should, or I should say more than it does, it's gonna be difficult to find them. Look at that. Oh my god, that is so cool. There's our buck. There is our buck. Yes. Holy, that's a giant buck. Look at this. I didn't find any blood at all, but we found his trail right there, and it led us right to him. What a buck. Wow. Yep, that's a 265 right there, maybe 275. It's gonna be a 266.66. Wow, we were close to the estimate on that thing. Holy. I called 265 and we were 1 point off. He weighed 400 pounds, so a pretty good one overall. We tracked him for half a mile. Well, we didn't really track him at all actually. So I'm kind of curious why it says half a mile when we just found this, but let's take a look at this buck, and first off, take a look at this shot. We took him on the walk at 260 yards. You can see how high up we were shooting downwards off the top of that mountain there, and he was down in that canyon and just connected absolutely beautifully on this buck. Wow, what a shot. perfect lung, tucked it in there right behind the front shoulder, and got an incredible muley. That's our best one yet right there. Look at the spread on that thing. All right, I want to check something once and find out what the width is there. Overall spread of 41 inches, but tip to tip is 33, so tip to tip, so from here to here, so he's wider than that? 34, 35. So technically that's like a 35 inside spread on this buck. Unbelievable. Well, I think we have to get him mounted. Alright, so in case you want to know where we hunted today, it's primarily over here by Lac de Loup. We started over here by this outpost, the Strainer Rest outpost, and just kind of worked our way up here to the west side, and then started working our way all the way through, and we found the first herd of muley here, and the second herd of muley was right here on the way to, I would assume, this region here. Actually, I would assume that, but I'm not sure. I can't confirm anything. But anyways, it was awesome, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh my god, right there, right there, right there, right there. Way in the back. Huge buck. Alright, he went in the brush. But we'll be able to hold the lead on him here once he steps out. Alright, come on. Oh my god!